So let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried to put something in something that was too big to go in? Let me explain. Have you ever tried to put lunch in a little container and you had way too much lunch, it wouldn't fit? I know I've done that. Try to stuff this big sandwich in the little tiny Ziploc bag, or try to put water in a cup, too much water in a cup, and it won't fit. I think that we try to do that a lot. And what's worse is that we do that with God. I feel like we try to put God in a box. We try to shrink him down to size, something we can understand and deal with. But God is bigger than that. And today I want to talk to you about something that that God can bring the breakthrough through his power, but maybe it's us that don't believe it. And I want to show you somebody that did. Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3 says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not wage war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ." That was verse 5. So what's going on here is that Paul's talking about his authority in Christ. He was getting questioned. Do you really have authority? Are you really an apostle? He was getting questioned, and earlier on, it says in verse 1, it says, "I, Paul, beseech you by the meekness and gentleness of Christ, who in the presence am base among you, but being absent I am bold toward you." He says, you know what? When I'm with you, I am a little meek. I'm not all this tough guy. I'm not really strong and intimidating. I'm not like that. And later on, he says, but I don't war against the flesh. I war against the spirit. So what Paul's saying, and I'll bring it to us, here's what Paul's saying is that, you know what? I realize that the Spirit of God is in me, and I have authority to cast down strongholds, spiritual strongholds. When there's mindsets that people have that don't trust God or they doubt God, and when there's maybe addictions or demons or situations that would cause people to fear, grown, buff men to fear, I don't, because I know that God has given me the power, and the power of God is in me to cast those down. And I just feel like for us, the same Spirit lives in us. In 2 Timothy, it says, "I've not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." That same Spirit is us, then why are we scared? And so what I mean is that maybe we've been talking about breakthrough, but this breakthrough Paul's talking about is through other people. That we encounter people that maybe are atheists, maybe are drug addicts, maybe are just dealing with some things that we don't know how to handle. And the encouragement is that Paul said, you don't have to be extremely strong. You have to have faith in God and know that the Spirit of God is your strength. That God is your strength. You can overcome. So bless you.